Are your daily habits silently killing your kidneys? The kidney is one of the major organs in the body that helps to remove waste and toxins. The kidneys also helps you to balance water and electrolytes like potassium, sodium chloride like your salt and sugar. The kidneys also helps to control your blood pressure, and the kidneys also support red blood cell production. So the kidney is one of the most important organ in your body. So if you do these five things that I'm about to say now, then you are at risk to a kidney failure. The first one is if you drink too little water during the day, your kidneys rely on consistent fluid intake to function properly. So when you take less water, you get dehydrated, and then your kidney tissues start to scar. So you need proper hydration to enable the kidney flush out toxins and waste. Because if you don't drink enough, those toxins and those waste that your kidneys ought to flush starts to build up. And then this thing happens over time. And then when it builds up and it reaches a certain extent, that's when your kidney starts to fail. The second one is excessive salt. We Africans, especially we Nigerians, we love spicy foods. And most of these spice, if not all of them, they come with salt, they come with sodium chloride. And then what happens is when you eat salt, salt actually retains water in your body. And then when this water is retained, it increases your blood pressure. And that's when you start having high blood pressure. And when you start having high blood pressure, what happens is high blood pressure starts to damage the vessels of your kidney, because the kidney and your blood pressure has a direct relationship. So, in essence, when you take excessive salt, you're prone to high blood pressure. And once your blood pressure is high, at that point, your kidney vessels are really at risk because it starts to stretch it because your blood pressure is already high. So, it starts to stretch and then it starts to damage the kidneys. Another factor is when you love to eat a lot of sugar. So many people have sweet tooth. They love sweet things. They love carbonated drinks. They love too many chocolates. They love sweet things in general. What happens is that sugar actually clogs your kidney filtering capacity. So what happens is when your kidneys are supposed to filter, sugar clogs it because you're already taking a lot of it. So sugar clogs it, and then your kidney is unable to filter. And then when your kidney is unable to filter, it starts compiling waste. It starts compiling toxins. So those things that should be taken out of your body will be there, and then they start causing you problems. Another factor that actually exposes you to the risk of kidney failure is painkillers. A lot of people love to swallow medication even when they don't need it. Imagine having headache today, tomorrow, next, and you're already taking paracetamol. You're already swallowing Panadol Extra. You're already swallowing ibuprofen. NSAIDs, like non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. These things are not very good. Yes, they have a benefit to relieve your pain, but excessive intake over time actually damage your kidney. So you don't need to take all this medication like every time. Like for me, I'll give you an instance. When I'm having a headache, all I do is I hydrate. I drink a lot of water and then I take a rest. I sleep or I take a nap or I just rest. You don't need to take paracetamol every time you have a headache, and you don't need to take ibuprofen anytime you have a muscular pain. The other one is blood pressure control. So, like I explained earlier, you have to avoid too many spices. You have to also avoid too many sugars because taking them too much and taking them over time exposes you to the risk of high blood pressure. And that's not all. Hydration, you have to hydrate. You have to, consistently hydrate. Water, when we talk about hydration, we're talking about natural fluid like water, natural fruit juices, not the ones with additives. Those ones are, have a lot of sugar in them. So when we talk about hydration, we're talking about natural water. We're talking about natural fruit juices. Another thing is you have to activate your body. Sedentary lifestyle, staying in one place for too long, you're not moving. Your cells are in a static position or in a static state. So you need to move your body. You need to go to the gym. You need to take walks. You need to keep your blood pressure balanced if you want your kidneys to work properly. And that's because your blood pressure and your kidneys have a direct relationship. They both communicate, they both send signals, they both talk to each other. So when your blood pressure is balanced, then your kidney is working. But when your blood pressure is not balanced, your kidney is faulty. So you want to make sure that your blood pressure is balanced by avoiding those things I explained previously, and achieving a balanced blood pressure so that your kidney will function. And then if your blood pressure is not balanced, it affects the filtering effect of your kidneys. And then once the filtering effect is affected, there's problem because the waste that should be excreted are retained. And these waste are the exact things that cause you problems because they're not supposed to be there. They should be excreted, but because your filtering capacity of the kidneys are affected, then that's when problem sets in. The last one is to check your blood pressure and to check your kidneys. So that's the reason why I advise people to have a sphygmomanometer in their homes. So always check, like you can check every 2 weeks. Some people check monthly. Some people check even weekly to make sure that their blood pressure is balanced. Another one is to check your kidney filtering capacity. So when you go to the hospital, the doctor actually recommends blood tests and even urine test to check your creatinine and to check your protein, just to make sure everything is in order and then your kidney's filtering capacity is in order. But then let me give you a tip. When you wee in public, mark the area you actually passed urine, and after a few minutes, go back there. If these little ants that love sugar are gathered there, like picking on whatever it is they want to pick on, they know that something is actually leaking from your kidneys and into your urine. And then when you're passing urine and then you're seeing a whitish foam, like frothing whitish foam, at that point, you should know that protein may be leaking from your kidneys to your urine. And then some people have this very reddish dark urine. It's possible that you're also having blood from your kidneys to your urine. So you want to make sure that your kidney functioning capacity is in order and then your blood pressure is in order.